Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, it's half morning show, it's pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Koco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, the sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. It's right, boom, boom, here's Shaking the Room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Of course, I am joined by my co-host, my partner in crime. Ladies, he may look a little meek, but he's a dangerous man. He likes to live life on the edge. The gentleman you see before you, he once played a full game of soccer without shin guards. I'm talking, man, he lives balls to the wall, man. We're talking about LK. How you doing, buddy?
Fucking hell, I haven't worn shin pads in around about 3 years. Once you've finished school, you tend to not wear shin pads unless you're playing professional football. I am not a professional, and I'm not very good at football, but I do enjoy a good game of football every now and then. It's been too long since I've played a game of football. It's been too long since I've done a review of you, Booms. How have you been, you old toilet?
Yeah, been good. I'm gonna be naughty today. You know, I'm gonna be rebellious. You know, my wife went out of town, so she's gonna be up for a few days. So, you know, me being the newlywed here, I'm gonna rebel, man. I'm gonna do some crazy shit. I'm gonna fold the towels any fucking way I want to. I'm gonna use paper towels. I am going to step out of the shower onto the rug. That's actually a big deal in my house. Welcome to my world. I'm not going to shoo the cats immediately off the couch if they jump up on there. I'm telling you, I'm going to live life to the fullest now that, you know, why she's gone. It's great.
Oh, God. Marriage. Females.
Put it off as long as possible. That's all I can tell you.
Dude, how I must be the luckiest guy alive because I live with my girlfriend. Okay, she lives with me.
Well, I'm sorry.
And, dude, I'm allowed out here all night long. It's right now 3:09 a.m. She's upstairs asleep. I'm allowed out here. Like, I don't get in trouble. I don't get shouted at. I don't get moaned out. Fucking, I have the best girlfriend. I have the best girlfriend.
That shit's going to come to an end real quick.
I know, I thought that, but I kind of I don't put my foot down very often, but when it comes to this, my foot was so hard on the floor, she would have to get about 17 different people to be able to lift it up.
You know, speaking of foot on the floor, I could hear you all the way from here in Virginia when James Ellsworth hit that super kick on SmackDown. I could hear a fuck. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I realized, oh shit, that's LK over in England. Fuck. He was like really excited. He got cranked, man. So, man, you know, SmackDown in the books, man. What are you giving it? A win, a loss, or a tie?
What have I got? I gave it a tie, which I don't think is fair because I gave Raw a tie. So when I look back, I might give it a weak win because there was really not much to complain about on this show. It flew by. Every story developed or advanced. They're not kind of promoting next week, which is a bit upsetting to me, but we can't really go off on that. But one thing I didn't like was the constant promotion of Brock Lesnar being at Raw next week. Now, I know it's all the same company. It's just, surely with Raw and SmackDown feuding, why would SmackDown give Raw the airtime to do that? I don't understand that. It's like I saw an advertisement for Hell in a Cell. I don't like that. Unless you could have did like the following announcement has been paid for by Monday Night Raw. Like just do something like that. I just don't like that. But as a show in its total, I enjoyed it. The main event, I'm still here. I'm still alive. That means AJ retained. But fuck me sideways. Your world champion just lost to a guy who's not even signed to your company. Your world champion has lost 2 times in a row to someone who's not even in the fucking company. That's absolutely out of order. That is out of order. There's no buts. There's no buts. This should have been a squash. It's a fucking joke. They need to look themselves in the mirror saying, what the fuck are you doing? This guy is a nobody. He's a 14-year veteran who's done fucking nothing. There's a reason why he has been on the indies and not in WWE. He's a loser. Losers are losers for a reason. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear, but he's so good at his, you know, he's such a great underdog. I don't give a shit. He should not be in there with the world fucking champion trading blows. And I don't give a shit if Ambrose is out there as well. I could give a shit. He should not have been out there. That shouldn't have been for the world title. And if it was, it should have been 4-minute squash if that. Instead, they had this James Ellsworth piece of shit goofy can't get the win. Excuse my language there. And it's out of order and damn right unacceptable.
What I'm going to bring up is not necessarily a but. It's just a point, and I'm not criticizing it one way or the other. I mean, obviously you feel strongly about it, but this is just a point I want to bring up here, and it's just why doesn't WWE afford the same courtesy to people on the lower card that already work for them?
I've written a list of people who have not had a World Championship match. Sami Zayn, Neville, Rusev, Cesaro, Apollo Crews. You could go on and on off the top of my head there of people who have not had a World Championship match, who are busting their ass off 300 days a year, and this piece of shit gets to come in here and have a World Title match. Out of order. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, I'm just, props to him, for I guess for connecting with the fans, but there's just a lot of guys that they've hired. I mean, they've got a large roster. I mean, it got to the point where they were comfortable enough to split it into two, but how come they're not affording the same courtesy to lower card guys that already work for them? I mean, you mentioned, several people. You mentioned Neville. Why not, try to get, people like R-Truth over, Sami Zayn a little bit more over, the Vaudevillains, Sin Cara, TJ Perkins, take him to the next level, Tyler Breeze. Why not take people like that already work for them and give them some kind of push to give them some momentum so that way we care about them.
It's like they're giving people wins over experienced people and champions. I mean, the Spirit Squad who aren't even signed are getting wins over the tag champs. It's not good. That's awful. That could have easily been Apollo Crews with this underdog story. You could have done that with Apollo Crews. Think of how over Apollo Crews would be right now.
You could have.
The exact same story. Exact. You could have done the identical story, but with Apollo Crews, you're going to get a better match, and Crews would have been much more over it because of it, and he would actually connect. You'd have got a match. Unbelievable.
Because I don't know if you noticed this, but after last week, they really didn't wrestle. Styles really didn't wrestle Ellsworth.
I don't want to talk about it. So can we just break down the show now? I don't want to talk about it now. We'll get towards the end.
Okay, we'll break down the show here. It starts out with Randy Orton coming in. He's kind of putting over Bray Wyatt, saying, you've driven me crazy. It's like you're like quicksand. The harder you struggle, the more you get sucked in by the darkness, and that can be, good for you, but really bad for, good for me, bad for you. Bray Wyatt popped up on the Titantron. He was in a casket. And then he said that he's going to take Orton on a journey. He'll be gasping for breath over and over. And by the way, he's here. He turns around. There's Luke Harper. He comes out. They start off. They go to a commercial break rather early. During the encounter, these people in sheep masks take Bray Wyatt out to the ring, and he's in a casket. The match just stops. I mean, the match just stops. I mean, they've dropped the lights. They bring them out, and I'm like, okay, are they setting up here for maybe for like the rematch that they're doing? Maybe they'll in the future do a casket match. Well, they go to commercial break. They come back, and I don't know if they turned into it. Maybe I missed it, but did they turn into a casket match when they came back from break?
My notes here has it that Harper and Orton hits a super kick, the lights go out, Bray Wyatt music, he comes out of the coffin. Harper Michinoku drive through, guy's so underrated. Things are starting to pick up. Bray comes in, he beats the shit out of Orton, causing a DQ. Bray then goes to put Orton into the coffin. But when he opens it, Kane's there.
Yeah, Kane's there.
Kane sits up. Do you want me to continue, or do you want to carry on?
Keep going here.
So basically, Kane comes up, he sits up, he grabs Bray Wyatt, hits the clothesline off the top for a 40-plus-year-old man is absolutely fucking phenomenal. Kane and Orton clear house, the lights go out again, and Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper have disappeared. They vanished. I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, you guys know I love Kane. I respect the guy. I really do. I love Randy Orton. If you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton, and that's not an insult. That's just a fact of life. Period. End of story. Mm-hmm. Love the fucking guy. They work together well. It was brilliant. I loved this. I understand if you didn't. I understand if you didn't enjoy this. I loved the way it was presented. I loved the way how the coffin was there. I loved the way how Kane got in the coffin. I thought it was a fucking magnificent way to open the show. What were your thoughts, Bruce?
I enjoyed it, and I think they kind of blew something here. I would with Halloween coming up in about a couple of weeks here. Actually, it'll be 2 weeks from yesterday. It'll be so just under 2 weeks now. You got Halloween coming up, so next week will be your last SmackDown before Halloween. I really felt like they could have teased or promised like a casket match. Maybe they are, because I felt like if they don't do that, it's kind of wasted.
Dude, there's a reason. There will be a reason why the casket. They wouldn't just bring a casket out for the sake of having a casket. I think it might lead to maybe the first, because they like their first evers at the moment. Jesus, fuck me sideways. So maybe they're going along the lines of the first ever tag team casket match.
Yeah, and I was entertained by it. And by the way, I'm glad to see Luke Harper back. I mean, he compliments Bray Wyatt well. He's got a good presence. He can wrestle. Let me ask you this: with Eric Rowan out, do you bring him back to the Wyatt family and make him a trio again, or do you repackage him?
How about this? I fire him. I fire him. He has no use anymore. He doesn't. I'd fire him. I'd either fire him or I'd repackage him. If it didn't connect, fire him. It sounds harsh, but that's what I'll do. You ask me the tough questions, I give the tough answers.
Yeah, and what do you think? What do you think about this feud here between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton? Do you think it's gone on too long, or do you think they're about to peak at the right time?
I think they're going to peak at the right. I think 3 months is pretty. I think that's a solid amount of time to get me emotionally attached to the feud. Orton is still wearing. And someone please, live commenters, please find me the Randy Orton sleeveless jacket, because I want that. I really, really want that. So if anyone can find it, copy and paste the link to me, and I'll be buying the thing. You'll be seeing me on here with it every fucking time Randy Orton's on the show. I'm going to pop it on. But what was the question before I went off? Yeah. I mean, I've liked it. Do you know why I've liked it? What I always talk about is effort. Like, it seems like someone is sitting down with a pen and with a piece of paper and actually thinking, brainstorming of things we can do. The WWE has endless amount of money. They do. They could do anything. They literally could do anything. They need to step it up. And I think Orton and Wyatt, they clash really well. I think their match at the pay-per-view before was okay if it wasn't in the main event. And I think Survivor Series paid this all off. Question is, Orton is going to get the win. And you're an absolute idiot if you don't think Orton's going to get the win. Orton is going to get the win, and Orton is going to face AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, and it's going to be my match that I cream over.
Well, I mean, I really don't see Bray Wyatt winning this feud, because I don't think he's won a feud.
No, he doesn't win feuds. He wins a match, maybe not a pay-per-view match, but he wins a match, and if he does, it's not a clean finish. It's some stretch of the imagination, a dusty one, like it the No Mercy, I think it was, where Harper was the one who cost him it. So it's just, he could win, but he won't win because it's Bray Wyatt. If it was anyone but Bray Wyatt, they would have a fighting chance, just no. But if it means Orton AJ, sacrifice Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry. Bray Wyatt is one of those guys who, because he's such a good talker, he can talk his way and kind of present himself as at a higher level compared to the way he's actually positioned in the card, which I think is a really great attribute of Bray Wyatt.
All right, then we go on to the next match. It's actually a women's match. I was actually impressed with this. Alexa Bliss versus Naomi. Return match from last week. Naomi got the win over Alexa Bliss. This week, Alexa Bliss decked out in a Freddy Krueger outfit. Oh God, that was hot. Asking for the rematch against the Glow Stick. I was impressed with this match because they actually gave it time, especially for a women's match. They gave this thing over just a little over 10 minutes, which is something you normally don't see with the women. And it didn't end in a roll-up.
Fuck, I know. I was so shocked when it ended clean.
Yeah,
I was literally like, oh my God. Unbelievable.
I like the way that Alexa Bliss and Naomi sold here. I like the story they told. There was at one point where I swear to God, I thought Alexa Bliss about cracked her damn skull open on the mat because she kept reaching up and grabbing back behind her head. And I was thinking, oh shit, is she trying to did she pop herself? Because I remember when I watched a WWE event live, it was this is back when I lived in Omaha. It was Naomi, as a matter of fact. She accidentally got kneed in the face by Oksana, and it broke her orbital bone right there in the ring. And she finished up the match. She was smiling, she was waving, but as soon as the lights went down and they went to commercial break, as soon as those lights went down, she clutched her eye, and I thought she was going to fucking cry. And there's the referee and the trainers were right there with her. They were walking her to the back. And I kept looking, thinking, okay, did she hurt herself? Is she rubbing the back? No, her top almost came off.
Oh.
Yeah, the strap, it was a straight. Yeah, look at it. If you watch it again, the strap that ties on her top is behind her neck. And she kept reaching back there, and I thought she was rubbing the back of her head because this came after she came down hard on the mat. I thought her head had bounced off, and she was just rubbing the back of her head, trying to get try to stop any pain. But no, I realized, oh shit, her tie was coming loose, and we almost had a wardrobe malfunction, and that would have been worth the price of admission alone.
Wow.
No, but they have some hard hitting here. Thez press, springboard crossbody, but ultimately. Alexa Bliss threw Naomi on the corner, kept kicking her in the corner, took her down to the mat, pulled her down by her hair, hit Twisted Bliss, got the winner. Did an interview with Renee Young and said that, you know what, the fairy tale's going to be over in 3 weeks in Scotland. The slipper doesn't fit. The clock's going to strike midnight, and I will be the fairest of them all. Oh, my God, I love that.
I was a bit nasty towards Alexa Bliss and Naomi post-draft. I thought, okay, what are they going to bring? Naomi's brought it. I don't like the glow gimmick, but I'll take it because she's delivering in the ring finally. Alexa Bliss, wow. Like, how improved has she been since making her debut on SmackDown Live?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, she gets better and better every week.
Generally, phenomenal, world class. I was so shocked. When I saw this, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. They came out and were thinking, okay, Naomi's going to get the win with the roll-up, and then we're going to get a triple threat at the SmackDown show in Glasgow in a few weeks. They didn't. They had Bliss win clean. Good. I like it. Great match. I recommend watching it. There was nothing bad about that at all. And the biggest compliment they'll get is the fact I will not refer to them as whores. They are women's wrestlers. Great job, women. Great job. Don't get used to me saying that.
Congratulations. You have earned the respect of LK. I mean, hell, that's an accomplishment in its own right.
Dude, the thing is, don't take that lightly. This time next week, I could be sitting there calling them whores. So you've got to keep your game up, females. You've got to keep your game up.
Damn whores, sluts. You and your roll-ups and your long hairs and vaginas.
Fucking roll-ups.
Then we get, it was supposed to be the in-ring debut of Curt Hawkins. They had Apollo Crews in the ring. Curt Hawkins comes out. He had a pre-voiced voiceover on his entrance. By the way, Curt, 2004 call, they want their Chuck Norris jokes back.
Dude, that was a shot, but I kind of thought that. Remember at that time I was 8, so I kind of didn't live through that era. I thought his theme song, I thought it was kind of funny. Like, I thought it was kind of fun. I just thought it was so stupid and so out there that it was kind of funny. Like, but different. Bless him. It's effort again.
So he hypes up and says, "Well, after tonight, Apollo Crews, you'll have to change your name to Apollo Lose." And he gets punched in the face. Goes, "Oh, you ruined my debut. You know what? I'm over. I'm out." And I'm like, are you seriously kidding me? Okay, first of all, not only is he ripping off old Chuck Norris jokes, but he's also ripping off Matt Hardy version 1. This is back when he used to come out to the Matt Facts. He's also ripping off Fandango because Fandango refused to wrestle, and he's also ripping off Ava Marie, who had the pre-voiced, had the voiceover, and also refuses to wrestle. Or maybe that's what they're doing. They're just taking the push and the stuff that they would have given Ava Marie, and then now they're just giving it to Curt Hawkins.
But then couldn't you say that for everything, that everything somehow, some way has been passed onwards?
Yeah, you can make that.
If you consider that there's 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, hour main event, hour Superstars, you've actually got an hour of NXT, you've got so much fucking program from W alone. Sometime along the line, you're going to see comparisons from previous years because there's only a certain amount of rivalries you can do. So I think that's just, even like for myself, even I think that's a bit too insulty, but bless them for trying. Bless them. Bless their cotton socks. They're trying.
Yeah, and just where are they going to go with this? Because I mean, if you keep now they're trying to promise something special because when they did this with Fandango, he granted it was by a little bit of shenanigans, but he got a win over Chris Jericho at Mania.
That's true. I mean,
Now,
what could
granted,
they do?
he didn't do anything else afterwards, but I just don't know what are they setting him up for.
Oh, I reckon they're gonna. I don't know though, because once he has a match, he'll kind of lose this fax thing, and he can't really go on a winning streak because who can he job to? Maybe it's just to the point where he faces James Ellsworth, and James Ellsworth gets a clean victory over him. That the way they're booking James Ellsworth and protecting him, it wouldn't fucking surprise me. I hate that man. I hate him so much. Poor sod.
Let's see. They talk about, let's see, the Bella twins being on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. Carmella says she's going to tell the truth about Nikki Bella. Oh, they're going to do it next. I started watching it, and if you watched all the way through it, I think this was the worst segment on the show. This was the absolute. I tried to give it a chance. I was like,
Wow.
okay, I'm going to give it a chance, and it just it's the complete antithesis of what WWE Women's Division is supposed to be. It's Carmella, basically making fun of Nikki Bella, being a hater. I was just ready for Mr. Mackey to get on the phone and go, "Hey, is this the Jelly School? Because we got a hater we want to send to the Jelly School. What's that? You're full up? Okay, well, you just got lucky, Missy, because the Jelly School's all full." I mean, it was just. I mean, they just used it to shill for Total Bellas and Total Divas. Talked about her relationship. There's different ways she could have, done it to get heat. And I just got to the point where I just couldn't stand it because this was a step back. This segment actually took the women's division back to the days of Divas, and they took a step back. Why? Because Carmella this is completely out of her character, completely out of her wheelhouse. She
Really?
becomes this, yeah. She's the princess.
She's been attacking Nikki Bella, attacking her from
She's been
behind.
attacking. She's been
Yeah, but
attacking her, and beating her up, trying to make a name for herself. I understand that. I get that. But in this, she just goes for the Princess of Staten Island, just being another little catty bitch. Why? Just to fucking cater to Nikki Bella. Here's why it was a step back. Because Carmella can actually, believe it or not, can actually wrestle. She's gotten good. I've watched her progress. I feel comfortable putting her in the ring. Nikki, and this is like what this could have been. How I would have done it is made this like an old guard versus new guard kind of thing. Is that Nikki Bella represents a past time, a past era, whereas Carmella represents the new generation. She could have approached it as, you know what, when I started out in NXT, I did this because I wanted to wrestle. And I went out there and I busted my ass in NXT. And you know what? The fans booed me. They hated me. I was out there with Enzo and Cass. They loved them, but they still hated me. But that just motivated me to work harder. So I had to do the hard thing of I had to watch my matches. I had to watch myself suck every damn night. And then I would go back to the performance center and I would bust my ass trying to get better. And slowly but surely I turned things around and I got the fans to respect me. And then I look across here and I see someone like you who's been handed everything. The only reason you're here is because somebody saw your picture in a magazine and gave you a call because you were a twin, because you were a novelty act. I got news for you, honey. If there was just one of you, you wouldn't be here because you're not that good looking and you're sure as hell not that talented. You're the diva. You're yesterday's news. You're what's wrong with the WWE. I'm from it. I came up from NXT. I did it. I earned the respect. I busted my ass. I didn't have anything handed to me, and I'm gonna run you out of WWE and take my rightful place. I mean, you could have done something like that.
issues. That was fucking magnificent. Okay, that was magnificent. That was generally really good. But with that being said, that would have turned a babyface. Because if I'm here, sat in that chair, I'm going to cheer her. I'm going to clap her. What she said here was cruel, mean, and horrible. Okay? And I fucking love that. She came across as a bitch. She came across as a heel. She came across as an evil villain. I like this a lot. I absolutely Fucking loved it. It started off with the bit where Carmella's like, "Oh, Nikki Bella came back at SummerSlam and interrupted me. Who the fuck did she think she was, ruining my moment?" Nikki Bella then interrupts her again. I thought that was brilliant. She then says, basically, Nikki gets away with everything because of Cena. Nikki then says, this was the best sign of the night. Nikki says, Carmella reminds me of LK. Didn't you hear that? The internet haters. I remember that. That was awful. That was awful. It looked good on paper. When I read the note, it looked great on paper, right? That really sucked. That sucked. That was awful. Shame. She then calls her a gold digger. And I loved the video package of the total needy freak. And she said Nikki used her looks to get a job, her sister to get into wrestling, and her boyfriend for celebrity fame, threw the mic down and got the fuck out of there. That is a heel. That is a villain. She was a whore, but a good whore. She dissed Nikki Bella, my new favorite wrestler. Mm-hmm. I like that because now, even myself, I kind of want to see Nikki Bella kick her ass. And coming from a guy who thinks Nikki Bella's a whore, that's progress. Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. We could be Welsh.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. You offend all 6 Welsh listeners.
Or we could be Scots. I don't know.
Oh, dude, we won't say that because the Scottish are a bit unpredictable at times, so we'll leave the Scots alone.
All right, next we had 6-man action. We had The Miz teaming up with the Spirit Squad to take on Dolph Ziggler and Rhino and Heath Slater. One thing I did like about this is they did explain why Heath Slater and Rhino came in to save Dolph Ziggler, which I said last week is like, why do they do it? They need to tell me something why. And Heath Slater said, you know what? I got kids, and one thing about having kids is you got to set a good role model. So that's why I helped out Dolph Ziggler, and Rhino's just like, I just don't like male cheerleaders. And I was just like, that is the best reason ever. It's like attacking clowns. Why did you beat up the clown? Because I hate clowns. Oh, why did you take the Spirit Squad? I don't like male cheerleaders. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude,
there you go.
Have you heard I'm training for the Olympics? It's a new Olympic sport. It's called clown hunting. It's basically where you go out in a rifle with BB pellets and you go around the woods and just go bang, 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 bang.
Let me ask you this. Over there in England, do you have like the invasion of creepy clowns like we're having here in the U.S. right now?
Oh, dude, yeah, and it's horrible. I don't like it because I have obviously a younger brother he's only like 10, so I don't like seeing him get upset about it because obviously social media portrays it in such a bad way, and then you've got people around like friends who have the phobia of clowns. I don't like clowns, but I think of it this way: if the clown's there to scare me and I don't show him fear and I go up to him saying, what the fuck are you doing? He's then going to go, oh shit, he's not scared. Oh fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then he's going to run.
Okay.
And then you look.
I do have some important advice for you. Since you're going to do this, and this is for the internet infantry too. Yeah, because I know Halloween's coming up and everything, but if you ever find yourself attacked by a mob of clowns, the first thing you need to do, go for the juggler.
Why?
Somebody's going to get that joke.
Why?
You just ruined the joke. Thank you. You're like Dave Koco. You're like the joke assassin. You're just like, there's a funny joke. Yes. Headshot.
Dude, with my clown hunting, sometimes I miss. I can't always hit them. Oh, how did we go from the Miz to the fucking clowns? Unbelievable. I guess Spirit Squad.
Yeah, Spirit Squad, because they're a bunch of clowns.
Crowd or hot?
Oh yeah, the crowd. Yeah, the crowd was great with this one. I liked how the Miz played the coward with this. He didn't want in the ring until Kenny had beat down Dolph Ziggler, got the tag, went down on him, but the Miz super kicked him. I thought that hot tag he hit with Slater. He comes in. It looked like it was about to wrap up when Mikey got hit with the gore, but Kenny threw out Rhino during the crazy part. Slater goes in. He goes partially to the outside. He gets clocked in the face by the Miz. Gets rolled up for a 1-2-3. So the Miz and the Spirit Squad win. I just kind of didn't like this. I didn't like the fact that they let 3 people, granted one's a former Intercontinental champion, but 2 of them are just, guys they just kind of pulled out of the closet, and they had them beat 3 champions.
Out of order.
I know that you got to get this. I know you got to keep this feud going here because they're building up to something. But I'm just like, you got to protect your champions.
You could have done it. You could have done it many other ways than that. Like, because in the end, it is a roll-up win, but it's still a cleanish win. Like, if you had like Kenny put his feet on the ropes or anything like that, or his hand on the ropes to get the win, or Miz hold his arms down when it was the cover, or just anything like that, just to make it look like they cheated. But it was just lazy, and we're getting Spirit Squad. I'm guessing we're getting Spirit Squad versus Slater and Rhino, and that upsets me a lot because there's the Usos.
Maybe the surprise is going to be when they go to like I guess the pay-per-view or whatever it is they're going to do with that. They'll have the other 2 members of the Spirit Squad show up.
No, what was it? One's religious in Israel, and another one works in some retail store. So I highly doubt that.
I wonder if he can get time off.
Yeah, would you come be a male cheerleader on national TV?
If I'm working at goddamn Best Buy, you bet your ass I would.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a good job. Maybe he's got an office job.
I don't know. I don't know. That happened to, Shane Douglas. He wound up working at Target for a while. And it was not Jesse Sorensen, but the guy was in Ink and TNA. Shit.
Jesse Neal.
Yeah, Jesse Neal. Jesse Neal wound up working 3rd shift at a Walmart while he was under contract with TNA.
Poor guy. Sorry, I can't come for the pay-per-view.
And the sad thing was, I think he was making more money with Walmart.
Probably was. They're in the shittery. They're in the big-time shitter now. They are in serious shit. It's like they got another suing today, and it was 600,000. Oh, dude, it was torture. I feel so sorry for them. If they make it to the end of the year, I'll dress up as a clown on the show. There's no way they're making it to the end of the year. There is no way. But they always seem to do. They're like a cockroach. You can stamp on them, but sometimes they just get away and don't die.
Let's see. We have our first volunteer for the 5-on-5 women's match. Natalya volunteered. Then she started showing cat pictures to Dana Bryan.
She can go fuck herself. Fucking awful, shameful plugging. Like, I thought I was a shameful plugger, but she's something else. Damn. This upset me, this next one. The next one upset me. Quite a bit.
Next one, Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin. Fucking dud. I mean, this was a straight-up fucking dud because Baron Corbin still cannot wrestle more than 5 fucking minutes before he's completely blown up and just looks like absolute shit. And I'm like, geez, if there was only a place he could go, maybe to develop his skills, to get better, to where he could wrestle longer matches, But since no such fucking place exists within the WWE universe, we're just going to have him wrestle short matches. Oh, and Jack Swagger. They hyped him up. Oh, this was a big acquisition. We got Jack Swagger. Man, motherfucker's only won one goddamn match since he's been back.
Dude, there's no difference between Jack Swagger on SmackDown and Jack Swagger on Raw. He's doing the same thing.
I actually heard a rumor.
Oh, who owes me a beer?
What about a beer? You got beer?
You owe me one. Your phone just went off on a podcast.
Ah, okay. I'll just ship you. I'll ship you some cheap American beer. I'll ship you some Old Milwaukee or Keystone Light.
Oh no! Please don't. That's one thing I can tolerate some cheap things, but cheap beer is one thing I cannot tolerate. I refuse to drink cheap beer. When I look at someone and they got their like.
You never would have survived college.
Yeah, no, beer is quite cheap. Beer is actually quite cheap. You can actually get like big 16 crates for like £10-12 at my local shop. That's less than a pound a can. Pound a can. That's a bargain. Anyway, enough of our beer indulging habits.
All right, but anyway, I mean, Baron Corbin just beat Swagger like a rented mule. Just took him to the outside, pounded his head in the barricade, took him back inside, hit him with the end of days, gets the win. I'm hoping they're setting this up for a repackaging of Swagger because I'd heard at one point they were going to try to make something like like a amateur wrestling stable. It was supposed to be like him, Shelton Benjamin, and like Dolph Ziggler. Now I don't obviously things I mean that's just rumor. I mean that's not like a fact or anything, so it's not like a spoiler. But they need to repackage Swagger. They need to give him something else. This real we the people, the All American, that needs to go bye-bye. He's going to have to reduce. I mean, he's got no credibility now. I mean, I thought, okay, the him going to SmackDown will actually help because they need all the help they can get on SmackDown, and they'll they'll do something different. No, they're doing the same old thing. He keeps losing. He lost in short. I mean, this match wasn't even 2 minutes long. This was like, I'm looking here at the official time for this was 1 minute 39 seconds. So in 99 seconds, he gets beat. I mean, he's toast. He's toast. I don't think he's a threat for anything.
No, I mean, if you see his name appear, you'll be like, oh, he's going to lose. And it's a damn shame because I like Jack Swagger. I don't see anything wrong with him. Okay, he may not be the best talker of all time, but there's nothing wrong with the guy. I like Jack Swagger, Jackie Boy. But he came to SmackDown, and I'm like, okay, we're going to get a rejuvenated, a fresh Jack Swagger after coming off a loss to Jinder Mahal, and now he's losing again to Baron Corbin. If I'm him, I'm like, guys, have you got anything for me? If not, I'm going to fuck off. Like, what is the point of me staying here? There is no reason for me to be here.
The thing is, I think he can make a good living in the Indies.
Oh yeah, I mean, he would do great stuff in Evolve. I think if maybe Japan, that's a big maybe because of his style. He would just need to stiffen it up.
What about for Progress or Rev Pro?
You could do Rev Pro. I think Rev Pro could work. I'm not sure about Progress. Rev Pro would definitely work.
He's got a fantastic amateur background, and I mean, certainly he could complement other people out there.
I mean, he could have great stuff with Zack Sabre Jr., Kurt Angle. Dude, that Kurt Angle Jack Swagger match would make so much money. You could do Swagger. You could do Ring of Honor. I think Ring of Honor would be a great fit for Jack Swagger. And this is disgusting, by the way. Bull Dempsey is getting a Ring of Honor Proving Ground match against the Ring of Honor World Champion Adam Cole this Saturday. Out of order, disgusting. Speaking of out of order of the show, I'm still fuming over seeing the video uploaded that Adam Cole will be facing Bull Dempsey. Absolute joke. The guy was fired from developmental for a fucking reason. It makes Ring of Honor look disgusting. Unbelievable. I love Ring of Honor to death, but don't ever do that again to me. You hurt my heart.
And then we get to our main event, where James Ellsworth takes on AJ Styles with Dean Ambrose. He's doing everything else. He's the special guest ring announcer / special guest timekeeper / well, I really didn't do any commentary, but he did everything else there at ringside. This was not really a match. This was AJ Styles slaps around James Ellsworth. Dean Ambrose provides some distraction. He kind of comes back, maybe like a punch or two, because they really didn't have a match. After last week when he almost got his goddamn neck broken, I can understand why WWE would be a little hesitant to put him in the ring and have an actual full, somewhat of a match with Styles, between Styles and Ellsworth. But I think it worked. There was one moment where Ellsworth knocked AJ Styles' foot down, and he his chin hit the top turnbuckle. And then he ate a super kick, and there was a 2 count, and just everybody popped right there at that moment, and they were chanting Ellsworth. But eventually, Styles started punishing Ellsworth in the corner. Dean Ambrose kept egging him on, and eventually he wouldn't stop punching him. The referee hit the 5 count in the corner, disqualified him. So James Ellsworth wins via disqualification. Afterwards, Ambrose announced Styles the loser, then hit him with dirty deeds, held up James Ellsworth's hands, and that's how we go. That's how we leave the show.
Oh, your world champion just got finished by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose not buried. Dean Ambrose destroyed AJ. James Ellsworth got a victory over him. Your champion looks like a fucking joke. Your IC champion lost. Your tag team champions lost to cheerleaders who are not full-time to the company. Your main eventer, your heavyweight champion of the world, just lost to a guy not signed to the company. Dean Ambrose destroyed him for no reason, just because he could. And AJ, you spent so long building him and protecting him with these matches against Cena. You spent so goddamn long, and to throw it away because of this stupid piece of shit is disgraceful. This guy is a loser. This Ellsworth is a loser. I cannot stand him. He's a loser. He is a loser for a reason. He's on the indies. If you did not know his name before he came here, then there's a reason for that. Look at him. He doesn't look like a wrestler. Okay, and I get it. That's part of the story. He does not look like a wrestler. I am in better shape than James Ellsworth. Booms is in better shape than James Ellsworth. It doesn't take a fucking lot because he's just out of shape, disgusting to look at, piece of shit. And I'm sorry if you're a fan of James Ellsworth, I apologize. This is my opinion, and I'm going to say it. I do not want him in the WWE ring again. There is people, like we mentioned, Cesaro, Apollo Crews, fucking even Curtis Axel, who have never had that opportunity at a WWE title match. This guy comes in, gets a little bit of fanfare for doing nothing. He was a jobber. People thought he was funny, and now he's back, and there's no reason for him. I do not ever want to see him in the ring again. The fact he beat AJ twice in a row is fucking disgusting. How anyone will book their world champion to lose to this sack of shit is disgraceful. Shame on you, WWE. Shame on you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you pretty much said it. I mean, it's like their booking's topsy-turvy. I mean, they're granting more liberties to people. Hell, maybe that's what we need to do, LK. We don't need to actually sign with WWE. We just need to work for them like part-time. Like we have like a one-off deal, or like work for them for like 6 weeks. Because I guarantee you, fuck it, that span me, you become tag team champions.
Unbelievable. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed if I was. And the thing is, though, if you actually look at it from a story point of view, I think it was a really good story. And the way it was done was very good. Up until the point where AJ lost. AJ should have destroyed. I'm happy with the super kick. I'm happy with the distractions. That's all well and good. That was a great story. That was really good. I enjoyed it. The super kick near fall got me legit standing up for the first time in 2 hours. So thank him for that. But apart from that, you should not have had your world champion look like that. He looked like a fool for the second week in a row. And he's going to complain next week, and then they're going to do it again. And what pissed me off even more is Raw got Goldberg, SmackDown got James Ellsworth. Favoritism much. Raw gets Brock, SmackDown gets James Ellsworth. Unbelievable. It killed it for me. I was so furious coming into this show. As soon as I sent you the link and you came on, that was the first thing I ranted about, wasn't it? That fucking James Ellsworth piece of shit.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And you know, that's it. That's the show. I would, you know, despite all the complaints, I would recommend you check it out. It was entertaining. It kept moving.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
They got about 5, 6 if you count like the Kurt Hawkins thing, but it had a flow to it. Somebody, I think it was, I can't remember who, but on the internet inventory, they were like, you know, it's SmackDown. They have a plan. They're not doing a very good job at executing it, moving along, but at least they have an idea of what they are and where they want to go.
Yeah, there's effort put in. It actually seems like they sat down at a table and said, okay, what can we do tonight? Instead of, oh my God, what should we do? Oh, you just go out there, you go out there. Oh shit, you haven't got anything to do, you go out there. It doesn't seem like a mess. It seems like it's a structured mess. But no, whoever writ this show, whoever writ that main event, you protected James Ellsworth more than AJ Styles. Let that sink in. They protected Ellsworth more than AJ fucking Styles, your WWE World Champion. Shame. Utter shame.
They protected the Spirit Squad over the tag team champions.
I give up. You know what? This may sound horrible, but I'm fucking happy I'm done with WWE for the week. I'm fucking happy now. Tuesday's done. I don't have to watch WWE again until next Monday. I can watch, NXT tomorrow, but then it's Lucha, CMLL, Lucha Elite, TNA, Ring of Honor, the Monday Night Wars on Sunday. Fucking go VIP and I'll be covering all that. Just go VIP right now. Links on the fucking screen and description.
And speaking of shameless self-promotion, I want to tell everybody to go to Amazon.com. I got my copy up here. and buy a copy of Operation Freakshow. This is the first novel by Dave Koco. It's written by him, not by me. Let's see right here. There he is. He's on the back. He's the fat guy in the black shirt. That's Dave Koco. Check it out. It's like $12 on Amazon. I don't know how much it is. I think shipping depends on where you live. So check it out. You know, it's Koco's first novel. It means a lot to him, and it would mean more to him if he would actually buy it, you know, read it, you know, give him a nice review on Amazon. If he can get enough, you know, support here, we could see more stuff come out from Dave Koco. So, you know, if you're a big fan of Koco, if you want to see him back here on WrestleAM, and I know I do, I know LK does, I know Sammy does, we want to see him back. The fastest way to make that happen is to, you know, show him some support, show him some love. He's going through a tough time right now, and this would really make his day.
And also, if you can't afford the paperback and you're like, oh shit, I can't afford the $12-13, you can actually go onto Amazon and buy the Kindle edition. They're right there, the Operation Freak Show Kindle edition. It's only like $3, $4. So if you can't afford that, buy the Kindle edition. And if you do, please give it a 5-star rating, because believe me, that really helps just as much as the purchase. It really does when it comes to the Amazon rankings. So please do that if you can. Also, VIP, really I'm not even joking, Booms. How long has it been going for? About 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
2-3 weeks? 53 fucking podcasts have been uploaded. 53. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely outrageous.
You know, you need to support LK, because this man works harder than a Pensacola stripper.
Damn right. Unbelievable. And you're getting CMLL reviews, you're getting Lucha Elite, Lucha Underground, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, a daily news show every single day. I booked the whole entire NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic in its entirety. Fucking just subscribe. We got a Monday Night War series every Sunday with myself and Sammy. Thursday's Lucha Day. We have ICW reviews coming. I'm going to ICW myself next Saturday, then Ring of Honor in a few weeks. Dude, subscribe over there. But
yeah, you can get that for 99 pence, which is, I've just done the conversion, is $1.22 here in the United States.
Dude, I'm even better than that. I thought, you know, you're Americans, you deserve that. I made it so it's 99 cents. It's 99 cents for Americans.
99? Oh, awesome. So 99 cents here in the U.S.?
I take a loss. Because I want Americans to be at the same price. So you Americans, you should appreciate that. And Canadians. And I want to shout out to VIP member EC Cuff. He's just been smashing out, just listening to it. Because every day I can see what they've been watching. EC Cuff has been destroying listening to the audio. So shout out and thank you for watching.
And speaking of watching, I want to thank Chauncey Bullock, Fran Yelly, and Heavy J for watching us tonight, and everybody else. Anybody else I may have missed. I'm just looking at people in the chat room. In the meantime, you can find us at KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports. It's where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're going to get some more reviews. Of course, LK mentioned we have a Raw review in the can. We're going to have NXT coming up soon, along with Lucha Underground, TNA, hopefully a Ring of Honor. Then Hell in a Cell's coming up soon. So we're going to get reviews for everything here. So just subscribe to us, and that way you don't miss a second of the action.
Exactly. Like, comment, subscribe. Boom, 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 boom. Thanks for joining me today, Booms. It's been a pleasure. I have a Raw team and a SmackDown team, and that's what I like. I like that. It feels different every time. Beautiful. Anyway, anything else? Have you got? Or are we going to go live comments?
There's really not many live comments here. In fact, I could read them all right now. Freddie Lee wants to ask how we're doing, so I'm doing fine. He also says, I want to see Orton versus Styles. I think it would be cool. I think that's something they'll build. I think that's something they'll build up to. Swagger versus AJ Styles. Well, AJ Styles in any match is automatically good. Chauncey Bullock says Dixie needs to be obsolete. Oh, that's happening sooner rather than later, from what I understand.
More like bankrupt.
Dixie Carter need to go to WWE. Her and Vince can kill WWE. No.
Actually, yeah, that could be the ultimate team to real kill the WWE. I mean, they're halfway there. Now they can just put the nail in the coffin and just start hammering it in.
And Heavy J says, cheer up, LK. There's always Lucha Underground tomorrow.
Oh, dude, literally, that's what's getting me through SmackDown and Raw. It's like, yes, I get to watch well-booked television tomorrow.
So that's what gets us all through, is knowing Lucha Underground is just around the corner. Well, that's going to do it for me. So check us all out. And until next time, kids, this is Boom Boom for the rest of the Koco crew saying the boom just went bang, and I am out.